Imagine a world without corruption, corruption being the use of public office power for private and personal gain. It might sound like a little issue, but corruption severely impacts society and the rule of law. According to Corruption, What Everybody Needs to Know by Ray Fisman and Miriam A. Golden, by allowing corruption to continue, we impact economic efficiency, we increase social inequities, and we undermine the functioning of democracy, all of which are aspects pertaining to the rule of law. The rule of law is the laws we are all under that ensure an equal society for everyone. According to the World Justice Project, the rule of law is measured by 8 factors: constraints to government power, open government, absence of corruption, fundamental rights, order and security, regulatory enforcement, and criminal and civil justice. Even if only one really mentions corruption explicitly, we know corruption and its presence severely weakens every one of these factors because it allows for human rights violations, inequality, abuse of power, hidden information, and poor civil and criminal justice. Let's talk about the Walmart case, specifically the one that happened in Mexico, although similar things also happened in India, China, Brazil, Japan, etc., in which Walmart bribed the government officials to fake permits in several departments, allowing anti-corruption efforts to be undermined, putting cultural spaces in danger, and putting at risk the life of real people as they were working in unsafe locations as building permits were also forged. All of this to move the immense amount of money to make the most profit as possible, allowed by a poor anti-corruption system they had, violating foreign laws and putting at risk the life of real people, which is what happens with corruption in real-life cases such as this one. But what can we do against a monster like corruption? Referencing Ray Fisman and Miriam A. Golden once more, even when corruption brings negative impacts to society, people will still participate in it because they find themselves being benefited by it. Therefore, they have higher incentives to participate in it than to not participate in it, and all anti-corruption efforts must keep this in mind before moving in ahead with their activities. We know bureaucrats are the main participants of corruption in the public sector. However, in the private sector, corruption is actually pretty common too. But we mustn't fret as all anti-corruption efforts burn down to the same thing, which is to reduce the incentives to participate in it. We can do this by reducing the appeal to act corrupt. Concrete steps to do this can be through paying higher salaries to people in enterprises and public functionaries, denouncing corruption loudly through anti-corruption programs that every sector must have to reduce and eradicate it, have an authority check records for clean slates, and having harsher punishments for corrupt acts that go beyond a fine that a millionaire functionary or a mega corporation can pay easily. By reducing the appeal to act corrupt and enforcing harsher sentences, we can expect corruption rates to drop and the rule of law with every single factor to increase, ensuring a safer, more equal society, which is what we all should be moving towards to. A world without corruption may seem far out of our reach, but with the right steps we can begin working towards it, which is what we all should be doing.